What's going on, y'all? It's Dre and DC's Hip Hop Cruise podcast.
What's
And to,
popping? What's popping?
yes, sir. And today we got a very special guest. This is a
Okay,
second
okay.
time cruiser. All right? Second time. This ain't first. We did first yesterday. Second time. Okay? So we're going to hear a different perspective because she's been here before. And she's just going to give her opinion about what she liked, what she could have, what could have had a little bit better improvement from the last year. Tony, what's good? You good?
Hey, hey Dre, hey DC, how y'all doing?
What's up? What's up? We good. We good. I think this is gonna be a good one, Drake, cause we got. She could do some comparison, right? Everybody didn't heard what we had to say, cause we didn't done this multiple times, but now we got somebody else that can give a good comparison. But I'm also hoping she can share with us, how she really enjoyed herself. Did she kick it? Was it, did she? I don't know her
That's
situation. I don't know if she went on there and found her little somebody. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm
it.
saying? But, this is a chance for her to let us know how life is lifing for her. You know what I mean?
That's right. So Tony, what's up? How'd you like? Give me your feedback. Like, was it better than last year for you? Was it better this year or last year or what? What would you like?
Different parts of it was better than last year. I can't say overall that it was better than last year because last year when we came, we were literally 50 deep. Okay, from Oakland, California. So we had our own party in itself, and then everybody's attention was on us because we had such a big group. But we were super more excited too because we had never been there before. We didn't know what to expect. Like it just we was happy to be on vacation. We was happy to see black people having fun, no hate, just like us being with us was like a good time last year. And the same for this year as well. I just think that like last year when we got on the boat, the music was playing, the vibe was going on, like it was a good time. We was like, okay, we about to turn up already. We had drinks like instantly, we had food, like it was just a time being had. But this year when we got on the boat, there wasn't no music playing. There wasn't no music playing. I don't know where the DJ was. Like I know that there was some situations that happened while we left late, while we were still docked, while there wasn't music playing. The boat wasn't even all the way put together. They was still like building the stage and stuff. So it just, that kind of set the atmosphere for when we first walked on the boat. So that was like, when you used to something, you kind of expect for the same thing. You get a
Yeah,
little spoiled, so you like hold
I
on,
yeah,
this
feel
not
you. I
how it was
feel you.
last year. So so yeah, that was the start of the trip. That was a little disappointing because it's hip hop. We ready to party.
right.
Right.
We've been on flights. We got our cute little outfits on. I had my cute little outfit on. So I was
She say
I
she
was I
came
was
ready to get it in, y'all. She said they was BSing. She was ready. She said she got off the flight looking fly. You know what I mean? So I feel you. I feel you. I
Did
feel you,
you
Tony. I
did
feel
you
you.
yeah.
did you feel that okay, so basically based on what we saw the first day, do you feel like basically Six Man and Rock the Bells made up for it as far as like the time you had after that?
I mean, I'm thankful for the $100 credit they gave us. They didn't have to do that. So I'm gonna give them credit for giving us something. But I don't know. I think they could have did a little better.
No, I mean
I
like
think they
not so much what they did. Like as far as the time you had. Would you like okay, I know the first day was like didn't like the first day, but damn, that second, third, fourth day, I'm good. Do you feel like that, or you just be like, I don't know, it could have just in its entirety, it could have been better.
entirely it could have been better. Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know. It seemed like the first day a lot of stuff was crunched together. you know. And so it should have just been a little bit more spread it out. Like I didn't even get to do the pajama jam because I was exhausted by then. And then Juvenile came on late, you know, so I didn't get to see him. Because I actually ended up falling asleep. I wasn't drunk or nothing. I wasn't drunk. I just was jet lagged. You know, I was jet lagged or
Right.
whatever, and I was exhausted. So, so I just felt like it was kind of crammed in, and, and then I don't know. It seemed like it wasn't as organized as it was last year. You know, um. So yeah, it could have been a little better. Could have been a little better.
Okay.
That's an interesting take when you think about it. Like the first day, none of us expected the first day to go the way that it went, right? And so it did kind of throw off the timing of a lot of stuff. But you brought up a point that I know I hadn't took into consideration. You know, for you all that see, I'm right here in Florida. I'm 2.5 hour drive. I'm there. Plus, I had already been in Miami shit since Friday. So, but for those y'all that flew in from the West Coast, you know that jet lag eventually was gonna catch up. So I didn't look at it like that because if it's not popping like you expected that first year, and what I mean by that, the music's not jumping, you know, people not already in their little vibes, that right there is going to enhance your jet lag because there's that downtime that now you're just sitting around, kind of just waiting to see what happened. Well, I think like what you and I talked about, Dre, with us being business partners, with us being frat and all that, we were glad to see each other because we had things we need to talk about. You know, things we wanted to get caught up on.
Things to
You know, you
eat.
saw, yeah, your ass definitely ate some things to eat, and just catching up with people that friends that we've made over the years. So that kind of didn't give us a lot of time to think about the fact that all these other things were going on. But I after Tony just said what she said, I think had I flown in, and specifically if I flown in that day, I wonder if that would have caught up with me with everything getting pushed out the way, and I should say pushed out the way, everything getting pushed back, and you know I think we all know by now kind of what we heard happened before the boat got there, and so I understand where Tony coming from. I'm glad to hear what she had to say because you know we've gotten some different takes from people so far. Some people was like, you know, it really didn't throw anything off, and then hearing you say that, hey, yeah, that downtime was kind of a bummer. So hate that you saw it that way, but uh, I ain't gonna lie, I still had a good time though. I still kicked it. I still
Oh,
kicked it.
I kicked it. Don't get me wrong. I kicked it to the full capacity. I still had a good time.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good to hear that you still though at least enjoyed yourself.
No,
But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't understand where you're coming from because you know we spend a lot of money to go on this. Plus, you had already experienced the year, so you're coming back looking for a certain level of, we'll just say, professionalism.
expectation.
Yeah, you had an expectation, and when that first day, you know, for some, that first day kind of threw off their rhythm, and it was kind of hard for them to kind of to get back on track. Where me and you, Dre, we was like, hey, you know, shit, I didn't even realize yesterday was so down, or you know, we were so far behind, or maybe you know they didn't have up, you know, any of the propaganda, the marketing material, things of that nature. But
Yeah.
yeah, the $100 was a nice ring, but I've definitely heard several people say they wish they could have gotten. You know, who knows? Maybe next year they, for those that are coming back that experience what we went through this year, maybe they take a few dollars off the cabin. Who knows?
I think so if I'm not, if I'm correct, I think the first year and the second year. So let me tell you this first. So when I got to the port, I don't know what I said to this lady or what she said to me, whatever. But whatever it said, she's like, "Oh yeah, I just got off that boat." So it's just like, okay, y'all just got off the boat. Like, how y'all? They just
Yeah.
came in this morning. But usually, I think the first year and the second year, that shit was there like the night before, or maybe
It was.
a day before.
Uh-huh.
So it
Yeah.
gave them time to like get the stage together and all of that. I think, I think what happened, and I'm not sure, is that they probably was going to get back a day early, but searching for a body for that long period of time, and if it was my family, I want you to search too, and even if it was just like an inconvenience for me, we talking about somebody's loved one. So take your time, search. I mean, it is what it is. I would want somebody to search for me, even if I'm dead. I need a funeral, you know. But I think the thing is, they probably planned on coming back or a day early, whatever, to do all of that. But with those circumstances, it just, and that's just what I think. It just delayed them. But I was looking forward to getting on that joint, you know, like we do, a little walk into the joint with music stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess things happen, but I hope next year. Well, next year I think this is gonna be a whole different thing. I think next year I don't think we're gonna have any of these problems because, like I said before, 6-man, they listen and they fix. Pretty much, they listen and they fix. The only thing that's kind of that I hear a lot of people had concerns about is the changing of the schedule. So I think with the 6 days instead of 5 next year, like you said, DC, they probably gonna spread all that stuff out so everybody has time to do something. And that overlapping, I mean, they was switching up the schedule because of stuff not working. So I think it's gonna be different next year. I'm just curious to know who's coming back next year for second time. So you the only second time here, Tony. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you think you would come back next year? Or you just gonna see what the lineup is or what?
Well, since you brought it up,
I see.
I can't really speak on this per se, but you know, the West Coast kind of know the guy that's putting together the lineup a little bit, and he kind of asked us for our input about who he should bring next year, and it's kind of looking good. we came up with a whole list of people, and it might happen. It might happen. He just asked for our opinion, like who y'all want to see when y'all come back next year, you know. And so we kind of threw out some names and things like that, and I think maybe some of those names that we named may show up. My thing is, we wanted to make it a annual to continue to come in here because I like the cruise life. I'm gonna say that first. And if I do have to go on a cruise, I'd rather go on the Rock the Bell cruise because it's concerts, comedy shows, it's Black people, us. You know, it feel like a family, feel like a reunion. You know, and I've been on another cruise earlier this year. I took my kids on a cruise because I didn't want to feel bad going on a cruise and not taking them. And I was bored as heck. I was bored as heck.
How many times have I said that, Dre?
I was bored. I was bored. It wasn't a lot of us on there. I was just bored out of my mind. I couldn't wait for it to be over. My kids had an amazing time. You know, and it's about the kids.
She said she couldn't wait for it to be over.
Kids was living it up. Ma Dukes was like,
damn.
Nah, get up out of here.
I did not have a good time. And I'm telling you, from when I posted all my videos and pictures from last year and this year, people was like, why you didn't tell me it was happening again? What cruise is that? I want to go on that cruise. Like all these celebrities was there and y'all look like y'all had a good time. Like the music, like everybody was just like mad because they didn't know about it, you know? And so I got my DMs has been flooding since we got back. Like, please let me know when the tickets go on sale. Let me know that they want me to be the information person for them. but yeah, I wouldn't want to go on I couldn't think of another cruise that I would want to go on because this one is just so lit. It's grown and sexy, you know, it's hip hop. I have friends from New York, New Orleans, Detroit, I mean all around the world from just this cruise, you know. People was coming up to me. They was like, I remember you from last year. You was the girl that had on the such and such, such and such. And then like, they actually put my picture on the wall.
Oh, you got your picture on the wall? Okay.
Yeah.
Amy, we got us a celebrity on there.
That's celebrity status right there, boy. Yep.
You're a C-list celebrity. You get it? C.
We just got 1,000 new listeners. And viewers.
But Six Man and Rock the Bell didn't tell me that my picture was on the wall. You know who told me my picture was on the wall? My peers. You
Wow.
know, my peers came and was like, "Your picture's on the wall," like that, and I'm like, "What wall? What are you talking about?" So it felt like I was at home. I felt like I was with my aunties and uncles and best
Hmm.
friends and cousins and stuff like that. And I do got me a little boo that was on the.
Look at her, look at her,
Ah,
look at her,
And
look
I
at
met
her.
and I met him last year. So, I seen him last year and then he came back this year. So, it was nice.
that's good.
Ah, she got a little cruise book. Got a
Yeah,
little cruise
yeah.
book thing. I ain't mad
Ain't
at
nothing
you.
wrong with that.
Listen,
Nah,
mama gotta have
it
a
ain't.
life too. Mama
Ain't
gotta
nothing
have a
wrong
life
with
Nah,
too.
that.
let me ask you this, Tony. Let's go back to like just some of the things that maybe you didn't like about the cruise. If you could sit down with Six Man, tell me two things that you would ask them to fix, improve, add. What would your conversation look like if you had a chance to sit down with Six
I would definitely, hey, what's up, Six Man? I'm gonna talk to you like I'm talking to you
Man?
right now. I would love it. We spend a lot of time getting our outfits together for the theme parties and things like that. Like it's very important to us to make sure that we cute and we on point, and we got to get our stuff shipped to us and all kind of stuff, right? So my biggest advice for y'all is to spread out the events because I want to get the chance to wear all my outfits. I didn't get to wear all my outfits because y'all changed the time. It was too bunched up. We didn't have time to go change from one outfit to another outfit to be prepared for the next event. So please spread them out because I want to wear all my outfits. I want to experience every event that we have on the boat because that's what we there for. Um, and then my other situation is that um I don't know what was going on with like the paperwork this year or the billing or um like guest services line was all the way out the door the entire time that we was on the boat. And I experienced being there for almost 2 hours. I was at the front desk. And then I scored out all my details about like, when it was time for us to depart the boat. And then even still when I departed the boat, um I couldn't get off the boat because my paperwork still wasn't right. And so when we left, when it was time for us to leave, the line was long for the people that couldn't get off the boat because they won't let you off the boat if everything is not right. If
Correct.
your paperwork and all of that stuff ain't right, you not getting off the boat. And so I was a little irritated that I had already was at guest services the night before, which meant that I missed an event because I was at the desk dealing with stuff that I shouldn't have to deal with. And then the next day when it was time to leave to get off the boat, I still had to go and back to guest services to get off the boat. If that makes any sense to y'all.
Makes a lot of
Hmm.
sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Wow, I ain't never
Yeah,
heard that one. That.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
never.
So I
The first year I'm with Tony. That first year, first of all, I hate that you went through it this year. But that first year, the lines were hella long because it was the first year, and they were still trying to get stuff together. Us, the cruisers, were trying to get stuff together. I felt like last year the lines flowed a lot better, and I don't know. It seemed like this year, maybe because whenever I went by the atrium, it was earlier in the day and the lines weren't as crazy. But yeah, I hate that you experienced that. But you're not the first person that I heard that talked about when it was time to get off the boat, getting caught up in the lines because the paperwork or whatever wasn't together. So, Six Man, I hope y'all take that in consider. I don't know what the fix would be for that. I don't know if maybe on the last day you have two different places where people could go to take care of any issues that they may have instead of that one spot in the atrium. Because especially for those that got to go catch flights. I mean, I know they,
yeah.
if you hopefully when you schedule your flight, you do give yourself a little leeway just in case some BS pops off. But Yeah, I don't know what the fix for that would be, but I think my recommendation would be, yeah, on that last day, maybe set up another station somewhere on the boat where people can stop through to take care of any outstanding issues or whatever they got going on.
Yeah, I think I would
Yeah,
have I would recommend that they do a pre-checkout the night before. Um,
yeah.
give everybody
Yep.
time,
Yep.
or do pre-checkout and do it the same way you get people on there. You call a certain group, then they come up, then you
That's
call
what
the
I
next
think.
group. That might work. Do as a matter of fact, both do a pre-checkout and do it by group, and then by the time the morning hit, it ain't really no issues because a lot of it when you're checking out, from what I've heard was that it was just the billing. Like somebody had been billed for something that they paid for, but they got billed again a couple of times. So a lot of that is like when they get that final bill or whatever, and it don't say zero, we getting online. So we're gonna line up and we're gonna figure out what it is. So I think that's probably a lot of it. But yeah, they just need to do a pre-check and probably do it by group. Definitely the night
I
before
like,
though.
Dre,
I like that.
Dre and DC, Dre and DC. I got one other thing that I would say to Six Men.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get better food. That food gotta get better.
Well,
Well,
Dre, that's your area of expertise, Dre. Do
let
you
me
want
tell
to?
you,
What are your
me,
thoughts on what Miss Tony had to say?
everybody says the food is not good. I agree they need to get better food. I'm greedy, so I didn't really care, but it would be nice to have like some steak and some because the food that they got, you're gonna see that on all their ships. That's the basic plan for food, unless if you get some of the go to one of the restaurants and stuff. So what I'd like to see is more restaurants that are free because there was some restaurants that weren't free this year. I think they were free last year.
They were free in
Yes,
the past.
So
You sure
y'all
yes.
right.
need to get back to that free because not
Okay.
everybody wants to eat
So
that. Like I ate grilled chicken and grilled onions for the most part, just because I was like kind of watching what I wanted to eat. I didn't eat a hamburger, not one hamburger while I was on there.
Me,
I just,
no pizza. Nothing
yeah,
there.
it's the same old stuff. We know what it is every year. They might want to switch that up. And, being on a better ship, I'm sure they got better restaurants because I did see a couple of the restaurants on there, which is kind of cool. I think it's going to be all right. Um, so I think it's going to be better. But yeah, the food needs to change. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I'm,
so specifically, they need to have a taco bar because we all like tacos. You can do different things with taco stuff, quesadillas, tacos, nachos. You can do different things with that. And then they need to have a burger and fry bar that's like homemade, like they making it right then and there. Okay,
mm-hmm.
fresh and ready. And then yes, can we get some seafood? Can we get a little seafood?
Yes.
We in the sea. Can we get some seafood?
Yes.
And
Mm.
they closed the sushi bar, the sushi restaurant. Last year it was with the package. Okay, and it
Mm-hmm.
was it was cracking in there. It was everybody was in there. This year they took it off and you had to pay for it and wasn't nobody in there. So consider putting that back on, Six Men, because I know y'all noticed it, because I noticed it wasn't nobody in that restaurant this year. So go ahead and put it back on the package so we can go in there and get our tempura and our California roll. Thank you.
And I wonder
Hey,
if that's a
yo,
ship issue.
her request for tacos, right? I kind of laughed on the inside because that's so California. If that don't scream
It
West
is.
Coast, because whenever I used to go to Cali, ain't nothing like them street tacos. Ain't nothing like some street tacos in Cali. So for her to say, which ain't a bad idea, because I'm a when it come to nachos, I could throw some combinations together on nachos that out of this world. I like that. A nice little taco bar. The fresh burgers. The only thing about doing them fresh, would it hold up the line? But I like the idea of a fresh burger, prepared right there in front of us. But I just wonder if that would hold up the line. But I'm all for that dang on taco bar. I hope y'all heard it. Put that taco bar, cause
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
brother, I might be like you next year, Drake. They got a taco bar every time you see me. I'm gonna have some type of taco if they add a taco bar.
Yeah,
But that's so
it better be
For
some
real.
shrimp there. I need shrimp. That like shrimp. I
all
mean, I
day,
know you
every day.
can't give us crab balls. Give us some crab legs, man. You know.
But tacos go with tequila.
Yeah.
That's my
Tequila
girl.
go with,
Leave it,
you
leave it
know.
to the person who name start with a T to come up with tacos and tequila. Uh, but she right though. She so
Tacos and
right.
tequila with Tony.
Yeah, see, I love
Put that on the
that.
That's
See,
an
menu. Put
event.
that on the schedule.
That put it on the
I
schedule.
love
Yeah.
that.
Tacos and
Hey,
tequila.
can we
Tony.
can we just talk about the brat for 1 second though?
Yeah.
Knock yourself out. Go with it.
First of all, she was the only one that was on time. Okay. And shout out to the brat because she left the stage and walked through the crowd. Did y'all see did y'all see her
Oh yeah.
performance?
Oh
I
yeah.
Like
did.
she got off the stage. She walked through the entire crowd. She went upstairs. She went downstairs. She came in the middle. Like, that was the dopest that I've ever seen. Like, I thought that was just so personable, so just like professional, just so dope that she did that. And I just got to share this story with y'all. Like, I remember when I was a younger lady, and it was me and my auntie and my cousin. We was in a car and we was singing the brat. I was sitting in the back seat and my cousin was sitting in the front with my auntie, and they were singing the song. They was singing, they was rapping the song. And I remember them rapping, but they wasn't like including me into the rap, right? And so they was rapping and I was like, I want to rap, I want to rap too. I want to be involved in it. And they didn't let me be involved in it. And so I had like an epiphany, like when I seen her, and then not only did I see her, but when she walked down, she grabbed my hand.
Oh
She grabbed
wow.
my hand, and I was like,
Okay.
uh,
I
That's
thought that
up.
was so. I mean, I'm not like a like obsessed with celebrities or nothing like that. But it was just a moment, like she treated us like we was family. Like one thing about the cruise, the celebrities, they walk around and they hella cool. They'll take pictures with you. They'll have conversations with you. They just treat you like you one of them.
right.
And we're very respectful towards their space as well. And I appreciate that they trust us like that. And so I know, as far as like what I was talking about with the food, I know, and just like the whole trip, we're paying a lot of the money that we pay is for the talent, you know. But
Mhm.
6 man, just keep in mind that we are paying for the talent, but we are paying for our vacation too. So we want it to be a little bit about us as well.
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, what you say is those are to me are valid concerns. Like some of the stuff that I've told some people as well. Like when we talk about the lineup, I say keep in mind these people cost. So in order to get a lot of these people we want to see, just keep in mind if they do, that means that's probably gonna drive up our cabin costs. So you gotta take that all into consideration when you are thinking about or planning for this trip. But I'm glad you brought up that brat moment because that falls right into what Dre and I've been talking about really since the conception of this podcast, at least since I got involved, and that is there are things that happen on this cruise that you're just not gonna get anywhere else. Now, I'm not saying you can't go to a concert and somebody might come off the stage and interact with you, but you hit it on the head, Tony. This is what have we've always said, Dre. It's a homecoming. It's like an HBCU
Yep.
home, a family reunion, and I think um, the entertainers they feel that too. So they're
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with doing
Yeah.
exactly what Brad did, right? They're
Yep.
comfortable with getting off the stage. And not only did she walk right there in the front, I mean, she went up the upper deck, the
Yeah.
whole nine. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
and I think if other people, other entertainers see what she did, see the reaction she got, I think we'll see that more because that is very personable. And so for her to grab your hand, I get it. It's like, oh shit, that's a little added twist to the your experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely salute the brat because she made that very intimate, personal, and really it went along with everything I've always heard about her, which is she's a sweetheart. So
Yeah.
yeah, big hats off, big salute to Brad for making that experience for you and making that experience for a lot of other individuals. They got to really be up close and personal like that with her. So yeah, that was a touching and I think one of those signature moments that Rock the Bell could kind of hang their hat on. Like, hey, that was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like Twister, he came and kicked it with us at the casino with the
Oh yeah,
DJ. He came
yeah.
and rocked with us. Ed Lover came and danced with us on the dance floor. DJ what's his name? DJ I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, just I a lot of the celebrities were like up close and personal. Well, even when they wasn't on the stage, they was kicking it with us, talking to us, breaking bread with us. Just it was cool. And so that's my number one thing that I love, love, love about Rock the Bell, the Rock the
Oh
Bell
yeah.
cruise.
Oh yeah. And it once again, the way that the cruise flows, it allows for us, the cruisers, to be able to get up and close and personal with them like that. I tell the story every time I talk about it. That first year when Too Short came and sat next to me while we was eating, and me and him sat there and talked shit to each other like we was hanging on the corner. You don't get those type of things everywhere. I heard several people talk about their interaction with Ed Lover this year. Uh, you talk about the DJs. Scratch is always walking around. You
Scratch.
know,
That's who I was
Chill
talking
Out.
about.
Okay, yeah, Scratch is always walking around. Chuck Chill Out was very accessible. Ty Alexander, which is now I'm probably part of her, the leader of her fan club. She got a new fan in me. Very personal. I know people get tired of us talking about Epps because that's being Dre's boy personally, but him very, you know, very approachable and wanting to take pictures. This year MC Light was a lot more personable, compared to previous years. But I never knock what somebody may have had going on, which may lead to, maybe reason why they weren't the way they were. Mia X. Last year and
Oh
this
my
year,
God,
Mia
Mia
X,
X.
yep.
Yes.
Mia X is
She
always down for a conversation, a story, a picture. And it's just, I could go on and on. J Period. Every time I saw J Period, hey, he'll chop it up. I could go on about all of the artists that were on the boat, but those are those things that Dre and I talk about all the time. I'm gonna steal what you say, Dre. Dre always say if the boat never left Miami, he was still gonna have a good time, and I
Sure will.
contribute that
Yeah.
to I
Yep.
contribute it to us, the cousins. I like the fact we call each other's cousins because it really is a family reunion, right? And
Yep.
now that Tony, we've had a chance to chalk it up with you. Hey, you another cousin. You are West Coast cousin, and I hope next year when we see
Hey.
you, yeah, and hey, when we see you next year, I hope you come up, slap us on the back of the head like cousins do, give us a big
You already
hug.
know. You already
Dre ain't a
know.
drinker. Dre ain't a
Tap
drinker, but I
in.
definitely
Tap
gonna take a
in.
shot with you. So yeah, shoot. But
Ah,
that's
that's
what it's
funny.
Oh,
about. That's what it's
DC,
about. It's
I
the
do want
relationships.
see. I do want to say one more thing. This is my last little thing. The drinks.
Yeah, I heard they was weak.
Why
I'm not a drinker, but I heard it was weaker than.
the drinks was weak, and I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you why I know the drinks were weak because after 3 drinks, I'm good. You know what I mean? It's a good time. If you notice, nobody's ever like, and not that I want people to be sloppy drunk or throwing up or nothing like that, but I don't know what type of alcohol they was serving us, but we had to get like double doubles to make it sufficient. And so like with the drink packages, um last year you were able to get like a drink and then get a shot too, you know? And that was all inclusive with the drink package. I didn't have the drink package, but I had friends that had the drink package, but they couldn't get like the drink and a shot at the same time. And even when they did, the alcohol just wasn't strong enough. I don't know what it was, but like you have to consistently keep drinking and drinking and drinking, and you're not getting the buzz. And so I'm not sure what was going on with the alcohol, but we need to make sure that it's the alcohol. next year because
Gotta
it
keep that.
wasn't cracking.
Gotta get that top shelf liquor, huh?
You notice this year, I don't think they had like Hennessy. I don't think they had none of the cognac. Um,
Mm.
but I've heard that same sentiment that Tony just stated. But I've also heard that certain bars were better than other bars, and apparently
Yes.
the one in the what was the room that's next to the atrium, Dre, where we met with Six Man,
Bliss.
uh, the Bliss. I
Yeah.
heard the drinks in the Bliss was on point. I heard that they were, I ain't gonna necessarily say heavy handed because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. But I heard the drinks at that particular one was on point, and then I heard um, there was another one. Everybody said, "Oh, if you caught one of those carts that was like by the theater, you know how they had them carts set up by the theater." They say those were pretty good in there too, from there as well. But
Yeah,
yeah,
those were actually good.
yeah, I had heard exactly what Tony said. That like, I know one of the cats said on the Facebook page exactly what Tony said. He was like, normally, man, 3-4 drinks, I'm feeling good. I found myself 6, 7, 8 in before I finally got the effect that I'm accustomed to getting. But yeah, Six Man, yeah, I got to bring. Hey, we got to pull up to the liquor store before we get to the boat. Let us know. 'Cause,
Yeah,
people
let
looking,
us give
people
you some.
looking to
I
turn
don't.
up.
I'm not a drinker, but let us give you some suggestions on what to put in there. Pull up
Yes,
there,
please.
check.
Can we say Don Julio?
Hey,
Don
no, hey,
Julio.
you about to make me go to the freezer
Julio.
right now. She about to make me go to the freezer right now, pull my bottle out. But yeah,
Don
yeah,
Julio.
Julio. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
Okay. So Tony, let me ask this. I know you mentioned you got a little birdie that was selling you some stuff, but for you personally, who are 5 people that you would like, whether they're artists, DJs, comedians, who are 5 people that you would like to see on the cruise next year?
You mentioned Mike Epps earlier, but I would love for Mike Epps to come because he hasn't been on the boat since I was on the boat, so I would love to have him on the boat.
Okay.
I I would also like to see Ice Cube, West Coast.
I said
That's
that
what Dre said.
yesterday.
That's what
Yep.
Dre said yesterday.
And
Yep.
Dre and Snoop. Yep.
Yeah, and I know it's like hip hop, but I think that it's okay to add R&B into hip hop. So I would love for us to have like an R&B night too. You know, um, I know it's hip hop, no shade, LL, but mix the R&B with the hip hop. And so like if we could have TLC or something,
Trying to be
or like
booed up, y'all. If you're trying to be booed up, she already
no,
told
no,
y'all.
no, no, I'm not trying to be booed up. I'm not, but you know.
Ah, look
No,
at her.
I'm
Look
just
at
saying,
her.
like, just like,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, you already got like the whole little pajama thing or whatever anyway. So, like, why not mix it? Like, I'm not just saying make it an all R&B night, but mix it with the R&B in the hip hop. So maybe you can invite SWV or TLC or somebody like that. And then let's see, I got two more. Um,
So you gave us Mike Epps. You gave us Ice Cube. You said a little R&B. Is there a particular DJ you want to see? Another artist?
I mean, I honestly want to see LL on the boat too.
Okay.
I want
That
Okay.
would
I
be
want to see
nice.
I want to see I want to see the big man on the boat, even if he come and he leave. He don't if he don't stay for the whole time, that's understandable. But I would love to see him on the boat.
Yeah.
He be
Okay.
all up
Okay.
he
Hell
be
yeah.
all up on the show. They got the show on the TV in your cabin, and he up there talking to everybody on the show. Come show your face on the boat.
Yeah, you know what? I
Okay.
agree
I
with. I agree with you because I think, and I thought this before you even said this. I think like, and there's no knock on LL, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but we're paying our money, and this is your thing. At least come on in. It doesn't take much to come on in and say, "Hey, y'all, glad you're here," and then just get off the ship. Like when we docked in
yeah
Miami, just say hello. I just think that's kind of I don't know. That's kind of like I don't know. I don't really care for that. I don't like that. He should make an appearance at least once a year and just say hello or whatever. But that's just me. Maybe I'm asking for too much. So
We
No, I
might
think
be
that's
asking for too much, but all you can do is ask, and all they can say is no or yes.
what they
yeah.
say. It's either yes or no. You don't know until you ask the question.
So you
I
got
have another
LL
comedian. I
and
have
one more.
another comedian that I would like to see. I would like to see um, Monique.
Monique. Okay. So
Yep.
two, Monique and Epps. We like to see LL. We like to see some R&B, and we like to see Ice Cube. Okay.
Ice
All right.
Cube.
That's a nice mix. That's a nice mix. That's a nice mix.
Yeah.
Dre has been talking about Ice Cube, so that would be real nice.
Yeah.
The R&B twist. I will say this because I've kind of heard and like you say, kind of having a little inside. I don't know if we'll get R&B, but I'll tell you what I did appreciate, and I hope that other DJs saw it themselves. The sets that did play some R&B on the boat got mad love.
They
In the
did.
casino, when Ty Alexander did her thing, mad love. In the atrium when DJ Epps did his thing for the Masquerade Ball and started off with some R&B, especially when he dropped that R. Kelly, mad love. When he also did a little bit in the casino, mad love. So I think for the most part, we all understand that it's hip hop. We understand that we don't have too many other options that are like this, where it's strictly hip hop. But it would be nice to maybe have Mary J come on there and surprise people, come out with Method Man. You know what I'm
That'd be
saying? Or
dope.
yeah. Some of
Yeah.
them old SWV mashups with some Diddy song with Diddy back in the day. That would be a nice little twist. I don't know if it'll ever happen, and we may have to lean on the DJs to do what they're doing. But you said something earlier, Tony, that goes with it. This is grown and sexy. And I know I joked about being booed up. Hell, I'm on there with my wife. I'm booed up my damn self. Uh, but it does with the grown and sexiness. It does add a little flavor to it. Just like when they drop the reggae. When they drop some reggae, the boat go wild. So
Yeah.
yeah, that I could say that wouldn't be bad. Have a little twist to it.
It's a lot of couples that's on the boat. I met married people and I was asking for married
Yeah.
advice because I want to be married. So,
What
like
you
you
want to
said,
talk to me offline? Talk to me offline. I'll give you some
Yeah.
advice.
You
but
you
real talk, like you said, if you said what you said earlier and you really meant that, like we family, right? And so
Hmm.
within our family, our African American family, I should be able to come to you and say, "Unc or cousin, like how y'all stay married for 20 years? What I need to do to make sure I can get me a good man and keep a good man, and how to, you know what I mean, Auntie? Well, how do I need to move as a lady? Like what I need to do, like, you know what I mean? Like that stuff,
Hmm.
even though we there for vacation and to party and all that kind of stuff, like I've had real conversations with people on the boat with different topics and stuff. You know what I mean? Like we kicking in and having a good time, but we also educating one another and loving one
yeah.
another and schooling one
Call
another. Like
networking.
So
real
Call
talk.
here's the thing.
networking. Networking.
You got two guys on both sides of you that have some experience with marriage. I've been with my wife 32 years. We've been married 28. And
I've
DC,
been with mine 28, and we're coming up on 27,
there it
man.
is. Yeah, there's
See, I might meet my husband on the ship. I'm trying to get a ring on and have some years on mine. I'm trying to get
I
that.
say, holler at us offline. I
yeah,
real
yeah.
talk, real talk. Holler at us offline, and I will tell you. You probably already know this, but I'll tell you what I think is the key. So we'll talk about it. I know we all got something to do when we get off here, but I give you a real quick what I think works.
Okay, I look forward to that, DC and Dre.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yep. I could tell guys easier because, I'm not saying guys mess things up. I'm not saying that, fellas, but come on, man. Like, I just think,
It usually take a little while for
I
us to. It take a little while for us to
yeah,
adjust,
like we
but
we just don't realize a lot of things, like especially the jobs of women and like what they do and all this, and
mhm.
we just a little dumb sometimes.
Nah, I ain't gonna, hey, that came from Dre's mouth, y'all. I didn't say that.
Damn right I said it. Y'all can approach me on the ship like what? No, let me stop. No, but we are, man. As especially me when I got married. I'm 53. When I got married, like 26, whatever. Like I wasn't very mature. I
I
wasn't
know I was.
childish,
I know I
but I wasn't childish,
know I
but
was.
a lot of learning, man. A lot of learning, man.
Got married at the same age, and I always say, I tell my wife this all the time. I think I was doing everything in my power to mess up the marriage because I didn't want to give up the lifestyle that I was rocking with beforehand, and that's the immaturity that comes with it. And being in the so you don't know this, Tony, but I say I retired military, so I did 20 some years in the military. So when you when you around, I've had some live assignments. Let's just let me put it that way. And so it just took a while for me to grow up and just really realize that hey, the streets are just that, the streets. I got a ride or die. I got a good one here. I just said it yesterday on the podcast. One thing I say about my wife, she's a ride or die, and she's more my best friend than she is my wife. And I think that's one of the keys right there when y'all are best, when y'all are actually friends and
Yep.
y'all can do stupid stuff. I mean, for real, y'all can do stupid stuff around each other like burp and pass gas and crack on each other.
Right.
You know, that to me just, that's my little 15 cent, y'all. But I got some
Yep.
more
See,
for you.
I want that DC. I want to fart and burp in front of mine.
You killing me. You funny as hell. Yeah. She said I want to fart and burp.
You know what happened when you gotta hold that in? That hurts your stomach.
Hey, we got a
Yeah.
real one on here, Trey. That's the facts. I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
say this. Hey, this sounds crazy as hell, but
Oh
this is one
man.
of my. Well, it don't matter now. Hell, I'm married and I'm not gonna be back out on the market. But when I was out there in those streets, I always said, if you dealing with somebody and she could actually pass gas around you, you got a real one.
Yep.
You
Yep.
got a real one. It sounds crazy, y'all, but I know it's a whole bunch of people that's gonna see this and they gonna laugh because they know what I'm saying is the truth.
Yeah.
When
And,
they can be that comfortable around you, that speaks volumes for some reason to me. And it has
yeah.
nothing to do with being nasty or stupid. It's just for
Well,
me,
it's
it's the
human nature.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
all do it.
you can be
So
that comfortable around a dude or a girl. That speaks volumes.
yeah. And it's
You know,
these days, man, like, I've been out of the game so long. I've been out of the game 32 years. If I had to go back into the game, I don't my game is no like none. I
first
wouldn't
of
have
all, I
any
never
because
had
it's just
game.
like I don't these days you don't know like these days you really got to figure out who you dating like let me
Yep.
see
It's
like
hard. It's
you
hard.
if
I'm
you
gonna
have
tell
any
you now.
surgeries back in the day like what type of things you like, what movies you like. These days you got to ask, did you have any surgeries?
Right.
Were you this,
Is
were you that?
your booty
What
real?
what's your
Yeah.
interest and all that stuff? Like, do
Be
you like
happy.
guys
Be
and
happy
women?
you sold up. Be happy you sold up because and this goes both ways. You know,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I'm not gonna blame it on the woman. I'm not gonna blame it on the man. I'm gonna blame it on all of it because it's
Yeah.
just hard. It's
It is.
people. I don't even really know people know themselves in order to be with someone else these days.
Yeah.
And then there's so many trends, and I want you to be the side girl, and I got me a wife and a side, and
Yep.
it's just a lot. It's a lot. The dating world sucks. I'm gonna tell you that,
Yeah.
especially in your early 40s.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's
It's been
hard. So be
devalued.
happy.
It's been
Oh yeah.
devalued over the years. Like people's values and morals. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Like I'll give you an example. And I know we off topic, y'all, but this is some life
Oh no,
lesson. We
this has
family,
turned
right?
into the Dre, Tony, and DC dating show.
Exactly. So look, the kids that the kids I used to deal with, even the ones now, um, in my line of work, I get calls. Okay, such and such having sex in the bathroom. Such and such having sex in the store. Such and such having sex, guys and girls. And it's just like these girls don't like. You don't have to have no game. Like, is it that? And then these guys, like they don't care. It's a piece of, excuse my language, it's a piece of ass. Like both of them, both of the girls and guys, they just You don't have to have no game. You don't have to earn. Let me tell you, man. Listen, when I was young and I tried to holler at a chick, it took a lot of work. Like
Yeah,
you had,
think about
I
what you
mean, you
have to
had.
say.
It's it's just like a lot of work. Like talking to her, this and that. These days, these girls and these guys, these young men and young ladies, they just doing it anywhere, and you ain't got to have no game or teeth.
Nah, you think about back in our day, we may be a little older than Tony, so she our little baby cousin. Um, the holler at a female, it was a process. You had to make sure you had the right fit on, your
Yeah,
shoe game had to be on tight, you had to have a
absolutely.
fresh cut, you made sure your breath wasn't funky.
Yep.
You
That's
know,
that part.
nowadays, nowadays these cats they come at the females anyway, and then I think females they've lowered their standards, right? And they not, which makes the dudes feel like they can come at them any old kind of
Yep.
way. And I got 4 boys, and one thing I could say about, especially my mini me, my 26-year-old, I always say he's a throwback because he I ain't gonna say he got game. I know he probably can hear me. I ain't gonna never give him that much credit. Uh, he, but he knows how to approach women. That's why when he said, "Hey, Dad, I might come on the cruise next year," I said, "Oh, bro, you probably gonna come off there with some aunties on your arm. You probably gonna get a phone number 5 because he knows how to strike that conversation." And that's why I always said I never had no game. I was always told as simple as this: if you know how to conversate and if you can make a female laugh, that's half your battle right there. The rest is on you then to close the deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and guys don't court, they don't court anymore. And
Nope.
it's not all the way their fault either, like I said, because girls don't allow guys to court anymore too. So,
Hmm.
and I don't even know if half of them know what that means. So
I
Right.
was about to
that's a
say,
whole nother story.
please pull out a dictionary. If there's any young people on here that's watching this, pull out. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, y'all don't know what a dictionary is. Google,
Damn.
Ask
Google,
Siri.
yeah.
AI. Go to AI.
Ask what Courtney is, so y'all can understand what Miss Tony was trying to tell y'all.
And I'm gonna tell
Learn how to
y'all. I'm gonna tell
learn
you
how to
little.
approach.
I'm gonna tell you little YNs and you and young ladies some other stuff. You ain't got to have too much game. Be yourself. Well, I went up to my. Let me tell
Yeah.
you. I know you. I think I told you, DC. My wife's 6 feet tall. I ain't 6 feet tall. I just didn't give a damn. I
Right.
I whispered something in her ear. I was like, look, I know it's corny. It's corny,
Hey,
but
did
I
you
was
ask
just
her to
keeping.
bend down so you can whisper in her ear? You hadn't
I
been on the
was like,
stool.
yo, she was sitting down. She was sitting down.
Okay, you sit
And I was
down. Okay,
like, I'm
okay.
physically attracted to you. And I know that ain't the right thing to say, but I meant it in the most respectful way. And it wasn't, and it didn't take off from there because it was some whole other stuff that how we got together. She had mutual friends and all of that. This is like the first week of college, right? So just be yourself. Like if you want to
Yourself.
if you're in the mall and you see a girl, hey, look, just go up to him here. Like, look, I want to get to know you better. You think you're whatever you want to say. You're pretty, and I'm not, I want to get to know what's under the skin, something like that. But don't be like, yo, how you doing, shorty? Yo, for real? That's what we doing, shorty? Yo, let
Yo,
me get
mom,
that
let me
number.
holler
Let
at
me
you,
holler
mom.
at.
Let me
That's
holler at you,
corny,
mom.
man. That's just as corny as
Extra corny.
it's corny. So get off that, man.
You
Get
know
off
what?
that.
So Tony, let's ask you, what are 3 things you looking for in a guy? Yeah, I told y'all this to turn into the dating game, y'all. Take these notes.
Um,
What 3 things you looking for in a guy?
it's very important that you love the Lord. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Um, it's very important that you have values and beliefs and you take care of your mental health.
Yeah.
And if
Yes.
because if you don't, it's a lot of men that don't believe in mental health and taking care of themselves, not wanting to go to the doctor. Like I want to be your wife, and I want to be submissive towards you and everything like that. But I want you to take care of yourself. You know, I need you to take care of yourself because how you gonna take care of me and ours if you can't take care of yourself?
Yep.
You know, and I'm only saying that because I worked in the healthcare industry for 16 years and I've seen so many men not taking care of themselves,
Yeah.
especially black men.
Yeah.
And it's because they mentality of
Yep.
not wanting to go to the doctor or whatever, whatever the excuses is.
Yeah.
And
And one thing,
and what
real quick, if you on the plane, they gonna tell you the first thing they tell you is grab your mask first and then put on your children. You have to take care of yourself before you take care of somebody else. So that's a good point, Tony. I feel you on that.
Yeah. And if you love the Lord, that means you love yourself. And if you love yourself, that means you love your family. If you love your family, that means you love community. You know what I mean? So then you have a lot of love to give. And thirdly, like I just want a man to adore me. And it goes back to what you were saying about being yourself. I'm super goofy. You know what I mean? Like I like to be in the spotlight. I like I'm an all around girl. Like I ride horses. I go hiking. I know how to cook, you know. I know how to put the corporate world on. I know how to be business. Like I'm an all around girl. I'm an American dream girl, you know. And I want to be accepted for who I am. So like when you were saying that earlier, like it was funny, but it was real to me because you can't be yourself no more. Like it's like they want you to be this the Cardi B and the
Yeah.
Sexy Red and all this, and I'm not that. I don't have any type of work done, and I don't plan. I had a guy tell me like he was like, I want you to have 2 kids, and then I'm gonna get your body done. And I was
Wow.
like, I never told you that I didn't like my body. I never
Mhm.
said anything about me not liking my body. So how is it that you? And then he told me he wanted me to go into real estate. So it was like, how can you come and tell me what how to like I don't want that. And it's a lot of guys like that, you know what I mean? So those are the qualities that I'm looking for in a man. And I'm not looking to just be dating or be somebody's girlfriend. I'm looking to be a wife. I'm
I
wifey
know that's right.
material.
I know that's right.
Mm.
I ain't mad at you. You know, demand what it is you want. I think a lot of times women are so. I think women are trying to do what it is. What's the word I'm looking for? They're trying to submit to the man and do what the man wants. Be you and stand up for yourself and demand how you want to be treated, demand how you want to be respected. And I always say, from growing up, always I'm gonna make sure I say this the right way since we live. Growing up, right, getting a girl was never hard for me. That's never been hard. I don't know if it's my personality, the fact that I don't know, I am me or whatever, right? But I never settled for girls or women that were easy. And I think that's what I loved about my wife because she wasn't easy. You know, she she demanded certain things and she wanted things to be a certain way, and she wasn't a pushover, right? And to me, that was very attractive. And I'll be the first to say I got a beautiful wife. I put my wife up against anybody. Uh,
Hey.
some people say that I was above my limit or whatever, but what I loved about her is just that, she wasn't no pushover. She definitely, if I was off center, if I was off kilter, you're like, MF, get yourself together. And that
Yep.
mental health thing, I would be the first one to say it. That's very important. And in the last couple of years, I'm always the individual that has been I'm the strong person, right? People call me if something's wrong. People talk to me if they want advice. And I've always felt like, who do I go talk to when I'm going through things, right? And I think in the last couple of years, I really realized you got to have somebody that you can pour into as well, And even if it's nothing but, hey, say for instance, Tony, my girl, my home girl, I call you up like, shit, man, I'm just checking in with you, Tony. Life's been lifing, shoot, me and Vet, we've been arguing, but, we working through some things. These damn kids getting on my nerves, but, sometimes you need somebody that you can call, just be down to earth, talk about things, get things off your mind, and because regardless of how strong people think they are, you cannot maneuver in this world by yourself. You gotta
Yeah.
have somebody.
Yep. Yep. And everybody gets some form of therapy, whether you're just sitting in the barbershop talking to the homies,
Thank,
or
thank
you
you.
just at the hair salon, or you somewhere, y'all having a sister gathering, a brother gathering, whatever. That's therapy. So,
Absolutely.
and everybody needs it. So, and even if you don't think nothing's wrong with you, talk to somebody. They might unveil some things of why you do certain things. Not bad. Maybe you just want to know why do you do certain things, and it might help. Makes you look at things from a different perspective. So I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it.
And check on folks, man. I like to think I do a good job of just calling up my boys or shooting them text like, "Yo, bro, just checking in, man, making sure y'all good, man." And as men, don't be afraid to tell your boys you love them. I tell
Yep.
my boys, I love
Yep.
y'all, man. Shit, we done been through some things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, I love
Yep.
y'all, cat. We got secrets amongst each other that, if they ever came out, might change the world. So I love y'all, cats, right? So
Right.
do that. Check on your people. I've got homegirls from my time in the military. I don't hear them. I don't hear from them after a while. I'm like, yo, what's good? And this is key, fellas. This is key. If you do have female friends, make sure your female friends know your wife. Make sure they know your wife,
Facts.
cause
Yep.
that shit can get messy. Make sure they know your wife.
Yep. Well, that
Well,
was
I don't know
good.
how we went from talking hip hop to mental health and love, but I
It
like
was
that. That's
good.
little
It was
twist, a little
good.
twist to our podcast.
It was good. Yes, definitely. So we're gonna break up out of here. I'll give anybody the last word. Tony, you want to give us the last word, or
Yeah,
DC?
sure. I would love to say, first of all, thank you for having me on this platform, and thank you for being who y'all are. We gonna have a long Jeopardy relationship, and I can see it already. Even I can't wait to meet y'all wives as well. Shout out to the wives for these great men right here. Um, and shout out to Rock the Bell. Shout out to LL. Shout out to Six Man for having this platform for us to be together. To even because if they didn't have this, we might have not never even met each other. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So
True.
I gotta pay homage to them for the platform. And I'm a single mom. And this cruise is expensive, and I be making my little payments every month so I can be here. Looking forward to it to the end of the year to do this, and so is really like a good opportunity to be on the boat. And like I said, we be drinking and eating and dancing and all that, but it's really deeper than that. And I really want to leave that here and let the people know, let Rock the Bell know that, like, it's a movement. It's Black excellence, like it's our I've never been to a family reunion because my family don't do that, so this is like a family reunion for me. And then lastly, I just want to introduce myself to the world again since I got this platform. I'm Tony Rochelle. I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, but I've been in Oakland, California for 20 years. I'm a model, actress, a TV host, a radio host, and since we was talking about mental health, I just
Okay.
came out with an album. I'm not a singer, I'm not a rapper, but I do motivation speaking, and this is something that can help people. Wait, where's the camera?
There you
There we
go.
go.
Yep.
There we go. There we go.
Yep.
Uh, there we go. So yeah, this is a motivation album. If you get it, you just scan the back of it, and you have access to 10 tracks on it. And anyway, y'all can Google me. Y'all can look me up on social media. Tony Rochelle, aka Pretty Tony, ascending with Tony Rochelle. And my last words is to keep ascending. Don't stay stagnant. Don't stay stuck. Keep pushing. Keep going. No matter what comes in front of you, just know that you have a choice to make your life better. You have a choice to be a good person. You have your choice to do whatever you want to do because God lets us do it. So the choice is yours to keep going, to keep pushing through whatever comes against you. Keep ascending. And I'm Tony Rochelle.
All
That's
right.
what's up.
That's what's up.
I don't
Y'all
know.
heard it.
Hey, Drake, we ain't never had no commercial to
Nope.
take us
Nope.
out, bro.
But we
That was
all
all
about
right.
that. Shoot, if you got
That's
something to
all right.
promote, I'm down with that. So hey,
Do what you
yo,
gotta
keep
do.
doing it.
I
Just
get
keep
really.
doing it.
Make sure we that card you just showed, shoot it to us.
Yeah,
I got
please.
y'all.
For
Please.
I
sure.
was giving them out on the boat. They was supporting me left and right on the
That's
boat.
what's
So
up.
yep.
What's
I
Yep.
up?
forgot to give y'all one because we was talking about some other stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
We
That's
didn't
all
even get to
good.
take a picture together.
Joe
We
did. For sure.
didn't. Nope.
And Dre and I, for the most part, tried our best to take pictures with whoever one was supporting us, and just two that we were coming across. So we'll make sure that
Yep.
next year that'll be one of the first things we do.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. We're gonna see y'all on the next one. Tony, thank you for coming through. And we're gonna do it again. We definitely gonna do it again. Everybody else, We love y'all, man. Y'all salute to all of y'all, man. Love all of y'all. See you at the next homecoming or family reunion or whatever we want to call it. We'll see you there. All right.
All right, family.
Peace. We out.
Peace.